And now we go into a fight that I think is perhaps one of the most exciting fights, because we always talk about the baddest man on earth. And today, I can honestly say we met him. His name is Lorawnt T. Nelson. He's from South Africa, and he's practiced perhaps the one and only sanctioned left-weight fight in the U.S. Can you explain to us why is that just outlandish? It's just crazy.
I mean, they do everything in that sport. They do just about every kind of fighting style there is, and they just keep going and going and going, and I don't even know how these guys come out of it, you know, standing upright. It's just amazing what they put them through. This is one tough dude, let me tell you. You're absolutely right.
Yes, and besides that, he's done the King of Sparta, which means going round after round, and then they do 3 fights in one day. It's amazing. This guy that has absolutely no quit, and he's facing Ricardo Franco, who comes from the UK, and he's a triathlete. So one of the things that we asked him, what has he learned, you know, coming into BK bare knuckle world, he said, well, that I shouldn't practice for triathlons while I'm preparing for a fight. So he actually uses the triathlete mindset for stamina, conditioning, and just mental focus.
And of course, he's a UK fighter, and there's a great partnership with England, and BYB is, of course, we're going to England in October. But the bottom line is, this is a young man that loves being here in the United States because it's so cold and rainy over in England. He loves this heat and this warmth. So he feels, even though he's a visitor, I think he feels very comfortable fighting here in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Well, I think we're all very excited to have him here, because I know this fight is going to be all about just going in the middle of the trigon, and it's going to be all, you know what, out. You know, like what the chicken lays?
Basically.
Yeah?
Yep, absolutely.
You got it? You got that, Goldie?
Of course I've got it, Claudia. I'm very old, so I understand everything.
Oh, that keeps hurting you.
Man, it's just, man, I can't wait to collide after the show. Our tail of the tape for this super middleweight. Polly, look at the picture. Ricardo Franco, a champion of BKB.
He wanted that one proudly. He's got a 3-year age advantage at 29 years old over Lorawnt T. Nelson. Nelson has a 1-inch reach advantage, and he's a couple inches taller.
Fighting out of Arvada, Colorado, born in South Africa, Nelson and Franco, ready to put on a show.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout on the card is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome the Trigon, Ricardo Franco.
This is Ricardo Franco's first fight in the United States. He likes the Trigon, small ring. He said the angles make the Trigon different. They make it better. His father is from Portugal. Ricardo Franco, 6-1 in BKB, a former world champion in their organization. He beat some big names over there, and he plans on making a big statement in his first fight here on U.S. soil tonight.
And you know, when you talk about conditioning of a fighter, this guy's the extreme.
Yeah.
In the middle of a fight camp, he goes out and runs a triathlon. So that's what he said. He's had to scale that back, because here's a guy that just constantly wants to challenge himself, and in his physical conditioning, loves to fight, loves to any challenge out there, he's going to take.
Coming off back-to-back battles with Jimmy Sweeney of BKB. He won the first battle in 2019 by TKO in the 6th round. Jimmy Sweeney caught him in the rematch in September of last year. But let me just say this. We saw what BKB champion Barry Jones did. This man is very similar to Barry Jones. If he does that tonight, it's going to be a very short night for Lorawnt T.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome the Trigon, Lorawnt T. Nelson.
All right, so Letway. Here's what Letway is. It is considered one of the most aggressive, powerful martial arts. Muay Thai's the art of 8 limbs, obviously. 2 fists, 2 shins, 2 elbows, 2 knees. That's maddening enough. That is dangerous enough, but Letway takes it one step further, and it includes the head as a 9th weapon.
And is it bare knuckle?
It is bare knuckle.
So it's Muay Thai with a headbutt and bare knuckle.
Correct.
And that's where this guy comes from.
And
that's
a warrior rule, Paulie, where you have 2 minutes to recover from what could be the first knockout.
And I've seen that in Thailand where they sit there and they raise the guy's leg and they massage it, slap him around.
Needless to say, the 2-minute rule doesn't exist when they do it in the United States. They banned it. So these foreign countries, you do that kind of combat, and the first time you get knocked out, they get 2 minutes to revive you and bring you back in.
And he was in the first lightweight fight in North America, and then the King of Sparta, that Bob and Claudia talked about, a 3-tier tournament, 8 competitors. The first round is boxing. The winners advance to the second round, then they compete in kickboxing. The third round is MMA for the championship. In other words, this dude has done it all.
Born in South Africa, now lives in Colorado.
Yeah. This is the kind of guy that if an 18-wheeler ran him over, 6 tires would go flat.
There you go. And he trains with some big names in Justin Gaethje, Rose Namajunas at the world-famous 303 gym with the official introductions. Big Bo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this super middleweight bare knuckle boxing bout is presented by Life Sciences Natural Solutions. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 166 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 6 wins, 1 loss. And he fights out of Gainsborough, Lincolnshire, England. Introducing Ricardo Bon Franco. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 164 pounds. He is making his bare knuckle boxing debut, and he fights out of Arvada, Colorado, by way of Peter Maritzburg, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. Introducing Lorawnt T. Smash Nelson. Our referee in charge, Brandon Hughes.
All right, guys, I want a good, clean fight. Listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch hands, touch the corner.
Ricardo Franco, a champion in BKB. Barry Jones was in the Trigon for 15 seconds. Back at BYB 8. He is facing off against a man who loves to smash the competition. Here we go! Representing South Africa, sorry, Paulie, on the front of his shorts, America on the back for Nelson. And he's facing off against the triathlete. You can eat some bonbons, Paulie, if you're a triathlete.
Yeah, you burn off those calories.
Especially a guy who runs a triathlon in the middle of his fight camp.
I tell you, Lorawnt started very aggressively, but now those short, crisp shots of Franco are starting to gain his respect. He's going to have to take his time, buy his time getting his way inside. He's still trying to work his way in there, but you can see the boxing ability of Franco. Nice right hand, though, by Lorawnt. He's going to try to walk through that technique and try to make this an aggressive fight. Although the sharp shots of Franco are going to try to deter him.
Franco's got a ton of bare knuckle experience with that 6-1 record in BKB, our partners.
And you know, it's funny because when you started talking to him about Barry Jones, you know, you almost thought they were friends, and you could see that there was some animosity there. And so, no, I don't speak to him much. You know,
that's because they might fight for a title somewhere down the road.
I caught on to that real quick.
Yeah. Like, all right, like the Barry Jones thing, all right, forget it. I don't want to hear about that.
So, Franco's got great technique, but Lorawnt is not undermined. Oh, big shot.
Oh, my, great combination.
Not a knockdown. The referee didn't call it.
But, you know, if you watch Nelson, he's got no defense at all. His defense is throwing punches.
Yeah,
see how open his head is?
Yeah.
There it is.
Trying to blade it off.
The mouthpiece is out. Mouthpiece is out. Somebody lost the mouthpiece.
It's Nelson. He lost it.
Great hands being showcased by Ricardo Franco. Be brilliant at the basics.
And you hear the British chants, the Ole chants, soccer style.
In Mississippi.
In Mississippi. I'll tell you, the Brits go far, they travel far for their fighters.
Yes, they do.
But Nelson has to use better defense. Got to move that head. That head is staying right then and there.
And you can jab with a jabber. You don't. They take not the hook with a hooker, but jab with a jabber. You know, Franco uses that jab on his way inside the combinations to use the hooks. So Nelson can jab with him, but he's trying to force his way in there instead.
Nelson,
I'll tell you, the referee got in the way of Franco there.
Nelson trying to do some damage here in the latter half of round one. Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds.
See, he's not doing anything. That head is right there to be hit. He's dropping his guard and leaving himself totally open.
Well, he's used to using it in that way fight.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, though. Oh, big shot! What a shot! What a shot! That's what I'm saying. He's a tough guy. He stays in it, keeping away those. I tell you, man, Franco's hurt.
You don't add another appendage to the arm of 8 limbs if you're not a tough dude.
He closed that space beautifully. He stayed right there.
Forcing his way in. I tell you, he was not deterred by the technique of Franco. Now Franco's hurt. Let's see if he knows. Let's see Nelson's finishing skills.
Now Franco's still wobbly.
And yeah, Franco's got experience. So he's trying to punch his way back.
That punch took right on the chin. Looking to finish it. Round one is done.
I don't know how that's not a knockdown.
How is that not a knockdown?
I have no idea how that's not a knockdown.
His hands hit the ground.
And you got hit with a combination, not just a shot. You got hit with a whole combination. But it's 10-8, I guess, for Nelson, who just got his way back into the fight just like that with one big hook.
You're hurting, mate. Listen. You're doing good. You're good. You're good. You're fucking British. He's okay. Give him some water. Rico, breathe, mate. Rico. Needs to keep his fucking hands up. Swinging. He's catching you on this side.
So the Rocky
Keep this hand up. Move and stab him with your jab. Yeah? Your level changing. Head moving. Yeah? Don't get into any clinches with him.
Some looks at that first round. You see Franco was very relaxed and nice combinations early in the round. I tell you, that could have been a knockdown too if the ropes hold you up, but a nice little combination, right hand to the body and a left hook to the head. Franco his technique was very superior in the first round, but then this is already when he was already hurt. We didn't get a look at the hook, but this is already the second knockdown, or it should have been a second knockdown, but it was called a slip.
The battle continues.
I tell you, man,
at a quick pace. Oh,
he's hurt again. I tell you, man, this guy's got heavy hands. Nelson has some heavy hands.
That may be it. Yep.
I tell you, he's got the right nickname. He has got some heavy hands.
You got that right.
Because he touches. Franco's got supreme skills, but you touch him on the chin and he hurts him every time. And now that's only grown the confidence of Nelson. And he's got. Oh, wow! He's got Franco fighting his fight.
He's saying no knockdown again. How can that not be a knockdown?
Oh, some major shots there.
Uppercut just landed.
I tell you, Franco's got a hold. I mean, I don't understand what he's doing fighting. He's got to hold and try to recover his way back into the fight.
He's on wobbly legs.
He's on Queer Street, and
Nelson throws an uppercut and it's over.
I tell you, the only thing going for Franco is that Nelson may punch himself out a little bit. He's getting a little arm weary, but he's moving his hands.
It's not a knockdown again.
No, that's a knockdown.
No, that one is.
But you know, that's a thing in bare knuckle. In boxing, you can have a multitude of punches. Here, you can break your hand.
Yeah.
So you got to be very, very compact and.
Nelson, big shot. Wow.
There's an uppercut I call for.
Yeah. Looking for it again, Paulie. That lead uppercut landed cleanly. Watch for it again.
I mean, this is a tough guy.
That's over.
I don't know. The referee's got to just stop this fight at this point because he's calling too many slips. I mean, now he's taking too many shots. I mean, this is not. You don't usually see somebody taking this kind of punishment.
It's all over, just like that. Lorawnt smash Nelson.
And I'll tell you, man, he beat a good fighter here. I'm telling you, because you can see the way the fight started. You can see Nelson was going to be tough. You can see he was undeterred by the superior technique that Franco had. So you can see mentally he was very strong. You can see his background. You can notice the mentality he had from his tougher fighting background. But you can also see Franco with very good technique. You can see he was a very skilled fighter. And Nelson worked his way close. He never was frustrated with the skills of Franco like many other fighters would have been. And eventually he got his man. Heavy hands.
Man, does he have heavy hands. And I think that's where he's derived his confidence from, knowing I just got to land this hand.
Yep.
Land that hand, and when I do, it's going to cause some damage. But I tell you what, give credit to Franco. I'm not so sure anybody else would have been able to stay in there that long.
Yeah, I tell you, both guys were committed to the fight. So again, Goldie, just like our buddy Antonio Tarver said, some guys you can make quit and some guys you got to knock out. You had to knock out Franco. Franco was not going to quit, and surely Lorawnt T. Nelson is definitely not going to quit with some of the shots he took early in the first round. It actually reinvigorated him and actually made him put more pressure on. Where many fighters would have took those kind of combinations Franco gave early in the first round and would have either lost confidence or quit altogether. Tremendous heart, tremendous determination from both guys. Great skills from Franco, great heart from Franco, and Nelson, both heart and toughness in getting the knockout.
Leftway, BYB, Trigon, another win. And it was the big left that changed everything early on, and then he just continued to live up to his moniker of Smash.
I mean, you can see now, you can see he got some of the shots landing here, but he also got Franco to fight his fight, because I thought Franco should not have been trading here. You know, he should have been holding, and he was only holding on when it was no choice, but to go down. And I thought a lot of times he could have been holding on and try to recover instead of trying to fight Nelson off him. You're not going to fight Nelson off of you. He's just not. If you didn't fight Nelson off of you when you had good technique and you were good, you're definitely not going to fight him off of you when you're hurt.
And you know, one of the things Nelson did so well, he kept that pinky up. He kept that pinky up, so when he was coming in, leading with the index finger, the middle finger, so that's where you got that cushion in your knuckle.
Oof. That is
I'm amazed. Now wait, do we have another fight in the night, or do we have co-fight in the night? I know one thing, we got Big Mo right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ben Hughes calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 44 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Lorawnt T. Smash Nelson!
What a fight. Bare knuckle debut for a man who has been in every form of combat. Nelson finishes Franco. Franco suffering defeat for just the second time in his bare knuckle career. Now we're getting set to get to our co-main and main event, but first, here is Big Mo with our victor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by our winner, Lorawnt T. Smash Nelson. LT, I've had the pleasure of being a part of a lot of your wars over the years. You've competed now in every form of martial arts on this planet. What was it like making your bare knuckle boxing debut?
Man, this is what you call fighting. This is real fighting, man. We take off the gloves. We take it back to the day we throw down, no gloves, toe-to-toe. Man, come on. Rico Franco is a gangster. He came all the way from England to throw down, man. He's a legend in this sport, and I had the pleasure of fighting him. Awesome fight, and you know, if you were a fan, you got the money's worth for both of us, so big up for all of us.
Now, I typically ask fighters what they want to do next in their career. You could go one of a dozen different routes. Do you have any idea what you want to do next?
Hey man, I told my managers over here and whatnot, I love the realness of this bare knuckle game, and I'm in it for the long haul, and I told them, the money's right, man, if the money's right, I'll sign and just do bare knuckle. For real, let's do it.
Now, you've competed in Muay Thai, Letway, bare knuckle Muay Thai with headbutts. Your vast martial arts career, how did that help you prepare for tonight?
You know, I think it just it helps me, especially because there's clinch involved in here too, even though we didn't do much clinch. Just understanding little angles and understanding the game, stance changes, everything's just for different styles of fighting. I think it all incorporates into this fight of mine right now. Sorry.
Now, do you want to stay with bare knuckle boxing? Dive back into Letway? Any hints for us fans?
Hey man, I want to stay with bare knuckle boxing. I love it, but you know, I'm also doing stuff that's right for my life and my career. So if someone's gonna pay for me to do something else more, what's up? Let's do that. But I want to stay here. I love this, and I put on a show for the crowd. Any person that sees me fight knows that I throw down. I put my heart out here, and big up to every one of my opponents, because we're out here doing work. We're doing work. We don't hate each other. We're doing work, and then afterwards we're chill.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your victor, LT Smash Nelson!
I would say the Hall of Fame to be matchmaker, Mel Valenzuela, is going to have a talk with Smash very soon. And speaking of the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame, BYB Extreme and the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame announced today that our main event tonight between undefeated champion Patty Juarez and Biloxi zone Monica Medina will be for both Patty's BYB lightweight championship belt as well as the Police Gazette 135-pound diamond belt, just the 19th to be awarded in the organization's 141-year history. This is a testament to BYB and the premier women who compete in the Trigon. So big goal, 2 sets up ahead in our main event. Scott Burt, we thank you for that. Claudia Trejos, take us and start to set up the 2 title fights.
Yes, sir. And just a reminder, 2022 has been the one year that has showcased all the ladies, their skills, their dedication, and tonight is a historical day. The first lady crowned with the Police Gazette belt. So the truth of the matter is, I am ecstatic. I have waited 30 years for a day like this, so I cannot wait for that moment.
Well, before we move on to the co-main, we got to give props to Lorawnt T. Nelson.
Yes.
That was the second fight in a row where a guy was getting his head handed to him in the first round, and one punch turned the whole fight around, and he did his job. He did what he had to do to score the knockout, and you got to give him credit. You want to talk about tough. That is a tough individual.
Yes, that's one guy that has, we said it before, he does not know quit.
Exactly.
There is absolutely no giving up. We thought the first round was going to establish the rhythm and the pace. Well, little did we know. Well, there's a reason why he's king of the Spartans. He just loves thrilling sports, and it does not get any more thrilling than the fight that he just gave us. Ricardo Franco tried. He just fell short. Just a buck late.
Well, he got caught with a sharp shot that he didn't see, and he never was able to recover after that. And the rest of the fight, his legs were never even there.
No.
He just couldn't recover, and he's lucky to be, walking out of there upright.
Yes, we did not see those legs coming back at all.
No way.
No, I'm just surprised that he could actually handle one more round by a smidge, but we're glad that he's okay.